to Spencer Gilmire. Moves across the 50. Spencer Gilmire runs over a man at the 40. Made him eat dirt as Spencer Gilmire rumbles into Admiral territory down to the 38-yard line.
Hello, Spencer.
Will go to Spencer. He's got running room again. He's across the 30. Spencer Gilmire 20. Spencer Gilmire 15. Spencer Gilmire 13. He carries Admirals down the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge.
The 25 to the 30, breaks it to the outside, to the 35 to the 40, to the 45 to the 50-yard line, needs to block and gets it at the 45 to the 40, to the 35 to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Johnny Williams, Oak Ridge.
Single man left. Helton will roll to the left side. He's in trouble. He fumbles the ball. Intercepted by Oak Ridge. Picked off at the 50. Ron Black 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. 15, 10, 5, you did it one too many times, Todd Helton. That one picked off by Black into the end zone. 64-yard run by Ron Black, and Oak Ridge takes the...
And welcome to our first show here on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, in preparation for the first football game of the Wildcats in 2024. The Wildcats traveling up to Jefferson County to take on the Patriots. We are taping this show before the ball game, obviously. We're at the friendly confines of Blankenship Field in the class of 1989 Pavilion. And this is a kind of a cool night as we tape this show. Not only will we have the cheerleaders and the dance cats, we also had some players who were in attendance here. The class of 89 put on this. They fed the team, the cheerleaders and such. And Coach, I know you're excited about the season, but you got to be excited about the turnout here tonight.
Yeah, obviously it's a great night. A lot of people out here tonight celebrating, I guess, the first coaches show, David. So they all come to see you, right?
No, they didn't come to see me. They came to see this guy.
Obviously had some food out here, some fellowship, and I think you can just kind of feel that today was like one of those days that felt like fall. And I thought to myself, we're getting ready to kick this season off, so, why not let's talk ball.
We're going to be doing this show from the Pizza Inn once again on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, and that'll be coming up. But we decided we'd be out here in the nice weather with all these friendly folks. But Let's talk football, Coach Derek Rang. Let's talk about the 2024 Wildcats. Looking back at last year's team, a 9-3 record, a good season for your football team, but you lost a lot to graduation. So as I look at you through the first scrimmages that you've had and some practices, it's a very young, inexperienced team. Very few seniors, honestly, on the team. So I look at it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, as kind of a learning season. As the season goes, you're going to get better.
We hope. I mean, you kind of said what, obviously we at times last year we were really, really good, and then I guess it was a bad taste with the way last year's season ended. So, but we did lose a big senior group as far as experience goes. There were, 7 or 8 players who did multiple year starters here for the Wildcats. So, right now we're kind of, I guess we're in the stages of figuring everything out. Feel like we've had a good off-season program. Feel like spring practice went well. Feel like the summer stuff has gone well, and obviously we showed a tremendous amount of improvement from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. So our goal for this year is simply, we said this last year and it didn't happen. We got to peak at the right time, and for us in this program, the right time is when you get the playoffs. So hopefully the fans can see tremendous growth from us during the year. Obviously, a lot of the same opponents are on the schedule from last year. It's just flipped home and away. So, we're just getting ready to kick this season off, and looking forward to it.
Let's talk, as we do in this first show every year. We kind of go through the positions and then talk about some of the players. You don't have to mention every single player on the team, but I know you know them. But let's start. And if you talk to any football fan, the first thing they always talk about is the quarterback position. And the good thing is you have a returning starter who started every one of your ball games a year ago.
We do. Obviously, Blaine's back. He started as a sophomore for us, had a great season. Obviously, stylistically did some things a little bit different. And he was able to have great production for us in the pro game. And, he's made strides, obviously. We've had some specific goals. We worked on him during the offseason. Feel like he's poised to have a big year. Has that experience under his belt, like you said, David. And, we feel like now we have a capable backup in Parker Free, who played for us as a freshman. Obviously, a big baseball name for the ones that follow just the high school athletics in general. Parker's a great baseball player as well. But we feel like we have 2 kids back there that can really make some plays and do some stuff. And Parker will be a sophomore, Blaine will be a junior. So those 2 kids will be with us, for multiple years down the road. And that's one spot that's kind of good, whenever you have your starting quarterback back, that's always a good feeling.
Blaine last year threw for 2,600 yards, which is a school record. Most yards passing in a single season. Threw for 22 touchdowns on the year. You mentioned Parker. Parker's got a good, strong arm. As a catcher, obviously, you have to have a strong arm. So, and I've also noticed out there a freshman as well. I don't know how much time he'll see, but at least you have another.
We got 2 freshman quarterbacks, obviously. The Turner kid and Kipton Fegan. So, we got 4 quarterbacks that are going through everything right now. So that's obviously a big addition compared to last year, when it was kind of, for a little bit, Blaine and Parker were kind of the only 2. And Parker was a freshman, Blaine was a sophomore, so we were kind of in a very unique spot. Right now we feel good about the position, like you said, David. One thing that we hope Blaine can do last year at times, we turned the ball over from that position, but the production was great as far as yardage, touchdown passes. We're hoping to cut down on the interceptions this year. And then people don't realize this, Blaine's a really good athlete. And one thing we didn't do last year was do much design quarterback run stuff. So I think this year you may see him escape the pocket more, have more scramble yardage, and just take that next step to being what he can be.
You also lost, turning to the running backs, you lost a top 10 rusher of all time in DeJavis Dozier, who just last year I think he had 27 touchdowns on the year, which is in the top 5. And you lost some other talented backs as well. So you got a young core coming back at that position.
We do, obviously. So it's kind of unique at running back right now. We feel like there are 3 guys that are kind of in the mix to really carry the ball. You got sophomore Demillion Porter, who was really good on the freshman team last year, of course. You got Drew Michael Howard, who's had some really good runs in the preseason. You got Wayne Gibson, who's kind of been banged up a little bit, who in practice before then was running the ball really hard. And then you have a couple other guys that are kind of running back, fullback type hybrid players. Rush Douglas, Richie Ferreira. those guys can be in a hybrid role as well. But, like last year with DeJavis, it was kind of like, everybody knew he was going to be the guy. And I think it was, there was really nobody else. I know for years here there's been multiple really good players on the same team. And some of those guys may have divided the carries up. I think, last year with DeJavis, it was kind of like, well, he was the guy. So he had the bulk of the workload. So this year we may see a guy step up and get most of the workload. We may see a platoon model, to where some guys are getting reps based off certain situations. So I think what we're just going to have to do is just sit down and kind of figure out who the most complete player is, who can run the football, catch the ball in the backfield, who can block, who can pass protect. And those three guys are right in the mix for that. Bill, Wayne, and J. Mike. And then you have Rush and Richie that are kind of in the little hybrid fullback role that's more of a blocking, pass catching type position. And we feel good about that because we feel like, and I know we'll talk about our offensive line, there's a lot of experience there. So I think the run game early on, when you scrimmage Maryville on average, 7-8 yards a carry with the ones, I mean that's a pretty good little feat. So we feel good about the run game and all of those running back prospects. But you're right, there is a lot of inexperience. There's no varsity game production there.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the receivers, but you mentioned the offensive line, and I've been around watching Oak Ridge football for a very long period of time, and this might be the first time that I remember maybe the strength. Obviously you got your quarterback returning, but one of your main strengths is your offensive and defensive lines. I mean, they come back with a lot of experience, a lot of size. And that's just not the way it's been around here in the last few years. But I know you're happy to have good line play.
We got Ethan Eubanks, who's obviously a college prospect, at right tackle. You got Hudson Lee, who's 6'2", 6'3", 290 at right guard. Malachi Bonner returns at center, who's a big, strong kid. Elijah Young returns at left guard, who started 7 or 8 games. Then you have Jared Backer at left tackle, who's also a college prospect. And then you got Tajay Tim Walters, who plays some guard, but also on the defensive line, he's a college prospect. And then there's some guys we can sub in that are really good too. So it's kind of like, man, we feel like we're in a good spot right now with the offensive line game. And it's really, one thing, if whoever's watched us in both of the scrimmages have noticed, against Fulton and Maryville, we've been able to run the football. And if you can do that and play good defense, and then, as we start to develop some receivers, we really feel good about that position. So obviously, you got Torrey Holt, who can play on the offensive line as well. Gabe Arrington up there, Cooper Getzinger, Tristan Chartrand, some of these guys that are just fighting for reps. And I think Coach Day does a great job of developing offensive linemen. So obviously, Coach Day's our school strength and conditioning specialist coach. So we feel like that, when our offensive line gets off the bus, guys are going to be like, wow, they look the part. And you mentioned that too as we watched it. Wow, there are a lot of big, thick kids out here, and I think we're excited about that position.
Let's talk about your receivers. I know you returned Will Presley from a year ago, about 700 yards, and had several touchdowns. Maybe the fastest guy on the team. I don't know if you race him, but I mean he's got to be up there. But that's another inexperience. You lose your all-time leading receiver in the program's history, in Brandon Hayward and others. But you do return Will and some others. Talk about that position.
Yeah, I mean, receiver-wise, when you look at it, obviously you got Presley, who has great linear speed. He can run 700-yard receiving. I think it was 6 touchdowns last year. And if teams that watched this play last year, as the season went on, he kind of morphed into kind of the guy. We were down, Barry made some plays, Beard made some plays, Lenore City made some plays, Campbell County had 160 yards receiving. So he's back. Expected to have a huge year, can really run, college prospect. Jarrell Jimerson's another one that played some defense for us last year. He's back at receiver. Adam Washington, you got Braden Sharp in contention to get some reps on Friday night. Anthony Angels, another one that's worked really hard. Andy Hudson, they're all young. And that's what's funny about it. All these guys that are receivers are all like sophomores or juniors. So that kind of core group's in the mix. You know, Tyree Porter's one that'll probably be more of a defensive type player, of course. But you know, we feel like that we're just developing those guys right now. You know, I think it's a matter of just game repetitions. The scrimmages, we've done a great job. You know, from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2. You know, kind of getting better at that position as far as the field goes. And we've not mentioned Malik Howard, tight end, who will be some flexed out receiver. So, and I know we'll talk about the tight ends.
Right.
But, you know, so David, the pieces are there is just young. I mean, everybody's a sophomore, junior. There's a lot of high-end potential there. It's just, you know, like I said, when you deal with some younger players, you're going to have some mistakes. But we really expect, like the Maryville scrimmage, you know, Will's coming back and had an explosive play down the field against their secondary, and you know, we expect him to do that quite a bit this year.
Malik Howard, you mentioned him. He's getting a lot of attention as a sophomore from big-time college programs, and he's got big-time size, and it looks like he's getting bigger and bigger. He's a good basketball player, but he's a great football player as well. But you got other tight ends too, but Malik really looks good in the preseason.
He does, and we're playing him all over, Dave. We're playing him at receiver, tight end, snipper back. He's playing edge on defense. You know, as he goes through the recruiting process, you know, some schools will like him on defense, some schools will like him on offense. So we're giving him every opportunity to get filmed for that. I know he's got 4, you know, Power 4 offers already, and they'll just keep coming in when his film gets out there, like it already has. But you know, he'll be a weapon for us on offense. He's doing quite a bit early on in the preseason. Teams have seen that there will be different ways we'll target him in the throw game. There'll be different ways that we try to scheme him open throughout the season, so teams just can't, you know, key on him, whatever. So, you know, we like him at tight end. Obviously, you got Caden Stewart, who's also representing a tight end, who's also a defensive player for us. And so we're trying just to build some reserve tight end depth right now, and just see if we can do that, you know, before the season starts.
Coach, you know, kickers can be offense and defense. You know, a punter can turn the field position around. That's kind of like a defensive weapon. But let's talk about your kickers. I see Coach Mike Kelly in attendance here at our 1989 Pavilion first show. Talk about your kickers.
Well, we got 4 of them in the program right now. Coach Kelly's done a great job recruiting. We got, you know, Eli Pearson, who's the returner. I think he could be a college kicker. I mean, he can really move the football. Did a great job kicking field goals for us last year, punting as well. Obviously, a big-time soccer player with us as well. So Eli Pearson in the program. You got Frankie Ortage is in the program. You got Tyler Sachs in the program. Damian Sixtos is in the program, punting. So we have 4 of those guys that are training, punting, kicking. We have TJ Hibb and Andy Hudson back as long snappers. Adam Washington's back as a holder. We're kind of training Parker Freeland as a hold as well. So the special teams operation, Dave, we feel really good about right now, because we've had a lot of guys back who did that for us last year. And but Eli, I mean, you know, one thing we've encouraged him to do this year is we feel like he's capable of kicking the ball in the end zone every kickoff. And you know, last year that happened not a lot. This year we think it'll happen more often. He's only going to be a junior, but we're excited about him in the field goal situation, the snapping situation, the holding situation. So we should be in a pretty good spot special teams wise.
Coach, let's take a break here. We are live from the class of 1989 Pavilion, just outside the friendly confines, as I said, of Blankenship Field. The Wildcats won't be playing a ball game. I think it's Carnes. I think that's the first home ball game, and that's a little bit down the road. This Friday, we're taping this in front of the Jefferson County game. This Friday, it'll be the Jefferson County Patriots, 7 o'clock up at Dandridge, then off a week, and then on the road the following week at Powell, and then finally here at Blankenship Field. We are going to take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the defense with the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Derek Rang. Right now, why don't we insert, we'll have a break here, but also want you to take a look at the 2024 Dance Cats as they perform here at the Pavilion. We'll be back with our show in a moment.
One more time. Come on, you gotta breathe. Roll, Wildcats, roll. The fight is on, let's take it across the goal. Let's roll, Wildcats, roll. Your loyal sons are with you 100-fold. Rah, 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 fight till the gun. We'll cheer each play till
Welcome back once again to the class of 1989 Pavilion. We appreciate Chris Corwin and that group for putting together this fun night here. Not only did we have the first show here we're taping, we also had some players. We'll have some of the players that were here on the show a little bit later. We just saw the Dance Cats. The cheerleaders will be coming up as well. The Chris Corwin, I guess the class of 1989 fed the Wildcats, and knowing football players, that's probably why they showed up here tonight.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, you offer free food. You get a pretty good crowd, and Chris, I think, said he's going to feed 70, ended up feeding 120. So there's still some food left over there, but that'll be all eaten. If we need to, we'll take it back to the high school, and after practice tomorrow, we'll have the vultures kind of swarm the office, I guess, as they say. But we just appreciate that. Appreciate everybody, being out here at 89 Pavilion. It's a magnificent facility. We appreciate that crew kind of putting this together for us. And they've had a huge turnout tonight.
Right. Let's talk about the defense. We talked about the offense, and defensively, your team lost a lot in terms of the secondary. You lost linebackers. I mean, I wouldn't say rebuilding's not the right word. Reloading, I guess, might be the better word. Let's start with your defensive line.
Well, defensive line, we're kind of in a unique spot. Obviously, Big T Rage, Warrior Threat has coming off an injury last year, was playing really good nose guard for us. So he's back as a returning player that's played a lot. Tajay Walters, another college prospect, playing on the defensive line for us. You got Nate Stevens, who's kind of emerged during the preseason. You got transfer Carson Nibbins, who's kind of come in and done a great job on the defensive line.
Wasn't he an All-State guy at Oliver Springs?
Yeah, he was the All-State Oliver Springs kid that's come in, and he's brought a little bit of a motor to him. You can just tell he plays so hard. He really gets off the ball, has some ability there to disrupt. And then there's a chance, you may see Eubanks play some defensive line as well as Baffin, not in maybe a package situation. But we feel good about that. And then when you look at someone like a Wildcat in our defense, which could be a Malik Howard or a Monte Bishop, walk up and make a four-man front. There's some. That's a lot of beef to move, and we just feel like right now, we have the pieces there. It's just a matter of getting the run fits down, and we're still working on that. Like you've seen, I mean, our run defense hasn't been overly great in the preseason so far, but also, I think we come out flat against Fulton, and Maribel's offensive line has one Division I commit and two other Division I prospects, so they were able to kind of match our size a little bit. But those are kind of the guys on the defensive line that we're looking at.
Let's talk about the linebackers.
So linebackers, in our defense, we kind of have four of them. One of them's like a hybrid defensive end. Could be getting a four-man front. Wildcat, Malik Howard, and Monte Bishop. T.J. Hibbins done that in the past. Inside linebacker, J.T. Gormley's back, who's had a tremendous offseason. He may have a chance to be a potential all-state type player at linebacker.
Right.
He has just been all over the field in the scrimmages, spring, fall. Big weight room kid.
And got a lot of experience last year,
A lot of experience last year. And we're still trying to figure out between, Dominique Fields, T.J. Hibbins, Richie Ferrara, Rush Douglas, who's going to be the other missing piece there. And then, at kind of our Jaguar position, you got Caden Stewart, who's come on as a sophomore, who's really active against Maryland. You got Rush Douglas there at Jaguar, who has some potential. So there's a lot of pieces there. It's just a matter of how does it fit. And I think it's kind of coming together. I think we kind of have the nice model that some of these guys I'm mentioning on defense, we haven't mentioned on offense. So I don't think conditioning or anything is going to be an issue as far as playing a lot of guys both ways. But those are kind of the pieces that we're looking at on defense, defensive linebackers specifically.
As I look at the defensive backs, I know Dallas Frent returns. He's been a starter really since his freshman year. Jarrell Jemerson started a little bit last year and played a little. Right, but for the most part, Dallas is the only one with a lot of experience.
Well, here's what we got. So right now at corner, we feel like Quavez Williams has really emerged there during the offseason as a length speed guy. Quavez he's been in the program, kind of started out as an outside linebacker. So he's playing corner. You got Jarrell Jemerson out there who can play some corner. Kyrie Porter can play some corner. Then you got LaDainian Pendergrass who can play some corner. There's like, there's 4 or 5 there, corner. And then you mentioned at safety, Dallas Frent has been around the program for a long time. Kyrie Porter can also play some safety. And then Wayne Gibson's kind of one of those that during the spring was playing a lot of safety for us. So, I think that the pieces fit. There may be, even going into the Jeff County game, we felt like last year that was one area we had on them was a depth piece. As people that watched that game noticed in the second half, our kids didn't really get tired, and maybe some of their key players did. So, hopefully we may play a lot of guys in that first game. Assuming they know their responsibilities, they know exactly specifically what to do. Because it's important that we understand we're I guess a competition-based program. We want guys to earn reps and just not be given reps. So hopefully, based off the preseason, based off practice performance and staff decisions, that we can kind of hammer some of that out. But those names we mentioned tonight are kind of some of the key players that I guess fans can expect to see on the field during Friday Night Football.
One kind of area that I failed to mention, kind of an offense-defense thing, is your return guys.
Yeah.
I failed to mention that.
Well, we like, as far as punt returners go, we like Jarrell Jimerson catching punts. Felt like he's comfortable doing that, knows how to do it. That's a hard thing to do because the ball just sits in the air and then the other team just runs down, and obviously, so we feel good about him and catching punts. And then, right now with kickoff returns, it's kind of a combination. No one's really done it for us. And then a lot of teams we play have pretty good kickers that don't give us a chance to return it.
Right.
So it's kind of like with kickoff return, we're just trying to figure out who do we kind of want back there that if the ball's kicked in play, can we block it up? Can we get to like that 35, 40-yard line potentially, maybe bust one out? But there's not many able returns that we have in just with the teams that we play.
Coach, before we take a break, I want to talk about your coaching staff. I know for the most part you've got about everybody back.
Yeah. Well, we've obviously added, Kevin McKeithen, who obviously played quarterback here, and 16 years in college football. Excited about Kevin, good friend of mine. Know each other for a long time, so he's taken a big role in our offense as far as sharing some ideas with us he's learned throughout his stops across the country, coaching, major college football. And he's doing a great job working with the quarterbacks and everything, and kind of getting those guys prepared. As Blaine especially, who has a couple college offers already to what they can do for the next level. So obviously you got him doing quarterbacks. We've hired a coach, Daniel Pace, who is helping Kevin Day with the offensive line. We feel like we have 2 good bodies there to work with the offensive line. Obviously, Kevin, pretty known in our school for his work for 3 years with our athletic conditioning program. James Branson's back doing tight ends, and James is going to be a big part of our special team stuff because he's super organized. And that David from the work he's done for you.
Most definitely.
The organized piece of it. Ted Mitchell's back coaching receivers, and Ted's obviously number one, a great person, 2, a great coach, and a name a lot of the Oak Ridge fans will remember. I myself am actually coaching the running backs, so that's been fun.
Okay.
Never actually coached running backs before, so we're having a good time with him. You mentioned Coach Kelly. He's kind of handling the kickers, and his development's been great with what Eli's done last year and what he's going to do this year, and getting more kids involved in that position. And then you shift over to defense. Coach Hawkins is back, coaching linebackers. Coach Bam's back, now working at Secret City Academy. Him and Hawkins are doing linebackers. Coach Chitwood is back doing the defensive front, and then Coach Eric Thomas is back doing the safeties, and then we kind of had a spot at corners, and then we moved Coach Kasner, who was helping out with the freshmen, kind of elevated him to a corners position, Zach Kasner, to kind of just fill that need in with us bringing in a couple other coaches. So we feel good about the pieces there. It's just, I guess, as they say, with what we got, obviously we're excited about it, and the big freshman group, and that we can develop, and feel like we have some good quality coaches, high character men that I know I want my own kids around them. So now I feel good about saying that. So,
Coach, let's take a break here. One more break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about the schedule, about the outlook, and then we'll wrap things up. Got a couple more things to do. The Oak Ridge Cheerleaders were here at the class of 1989 pavilion. They're going to perform for us here in this break. We also had a few of the players show up. They came up, as I said, for the food, and they stepped up to the mic and introduced themselves. Not the entire team, but we have some of them that were here. We appreciate Chris Corwin and the class of 1989 for allowing us to have this kind of fun event here today in preparation of the Jefferson County ball game. We'll be back to wrap up the show in a moment.
We are Oak Ridge. 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 Let's go! A big run.
Wow, I am not as fast as 7 when it comes to running, that is, but I'm pretty quick at selling your home. Hi, I'm Karen George of Walton George Realty Group, right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. But I buy and sell all over the Tennessee area. Give my office a call and we can help you as quickly as 7 can run.
And we appreciate all of you watching our show each and every Wednesday night, just about every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. We'll be broadcasting from the Pizza Inn live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also going to be on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 1082. We appreciate David Kolodny for allowing us to do that on the airwaves of Comcast Channel 1082. And of course, our YouTube channel. We stream most of the ball games, and I want to say this right away. I've spoken to Jefferson County, and Friday's ball game we cannot stream live. We can tape it and play it immediately after the game is over. So hopefully that'll encourage some people who might have thought about watching it on TV to head on up to Dandridge on Friday night. And you know, some schools don't allow us to stream. In Jefferson County, I spoke to the athletic director, and he was very apologetic. He says they just don't let them do it. Dobbins Bennett's another one like that, and Powell charges an arm and a leg. Maybe we can get Chris to pay for that. The class of '89 seems to have endless amounts of money as you look at this beautiful pavilion here. But Coach, let's talk about the schedule this year. Obviously, you said this at the beginning. It is the exact opposite of what we had a year ago, but you know, I guess what people look at, and I've gotten this so many times, and you didn't make the schedule. I'll say it right now. You did not make the schedule. Neither did our athletic director, who's just a little bit off to my left here. Two away games to start, 5 straight games on the road or at home, and then 3 straight to end it. It's kind of a strange schedule. Plus a bye after your first game.
Well, it does. I mean, I think anytime that you make a schedule, obviously in this day and age, it's hard because I know at the previous school I was at, we kind of had the same issue, and we actually had to play a team, but we actually paid them to come to our place twice, so it kind of worked out as far as the home games went. So I do know in this era how hard it is to get a schedule. I think it's unique because of the week 2 bye, and I say this for a couple of reasons. Number one, we have a 2-week fall break, so like at some point you got to almost heck or high water have the bye week at that time,
right?
Because it makes everything just simpler for a lot of families and a lot of people. And then I think it's so unique because, you know, that to me it just amplifies the first game, and we've never really been so like, I mean, at schools, I mean, I guess this is the 11th year for me being a head coach just in general, and I think, it's weird. Like the first game to me is always big because I don't know what it is. Like if you win the first game, I just feel like that the kids then have broken down this imaginary barrier, and we have guys on our team that have played 3 years, and then but for the 2 years in a row, Oak Ridge has won the first game. At least that I know that. I don't know with Coach Gaddis's last year if they did or not. I can't remember.
You're going back too far,
Yeah,
Coach. Then don't tell Coach Gaddis I couldn't remember. I
But
could ask him.
So I know that when you break down that imaginary barrier, and then you go into a bye week. It's like like last year, it just felt so good. We beat Jeff County at home. We go into the bye week. Morale's high around school. Our players are really intrigued by it. And then for us, we stare Powell in the face. So and then this year we're going to Powell, which is obviously a fun game, whatever. But I just think it's so big. The week 2 bye just kind of has a unique twist in it because if we can go up to Jeff County, which they're a great football team, had a great team last year, win that first game, I think that you'll see the confidence of this young team kind of skyrocket a little bit to where, it's not like an invincible mindset, but it's like, hey, we can do this. We can win some big games. They do have some key players back from last year, and obviously with the way our schedule sets this year is we have to take advantage of the 5-game home stretch or what you call it. Because, playing at Blankenship is just so surreal, and I think, it means something. Like, for us, one of our program goals is defend our home field. I mean, you've talked about that, just the stats of road wins versus home wins, and so we feel like our kids do play with a different level of energy at Blankenship, and we have to capitalize on those 5 games in the middle of the season.
Coach, on the back of this building lists all the state championships and the national championship. We have a national champion player here tonight watching the show. The expectations at Oak Ridge High School have always been very high.
Yeah.
It's been since 1991 since we won a state championship. We've been to 2 state championship games since then. Failed to win those ball games. The expectations are high. Is that pressure on a coach at Oak Ridge High School?
I think so. I just know for me and myself, that's what we want to do every year. We always want to make deep playoff runs. And me and you have had a discussion about winning the region and why that's important to host the playoff games. And last year we didn't really take advantage of that. But I think every year, and I guess it's just from our mindset. It was like, why would you play the games if your goal is not to win every single one of them? Why would you play high school football if your goal is not to be going down, busting down to Chattanooga? I don't know what it was on a Friday or Saturday this year, but to go play in that game. And, there's been, and I think here we have the talent to do it. I mean, it's not like you're making an unrealistic expectation. I mean, I know last year we had talented players. I know this year we have talented players, albeit some may be young at spots. But, I think, we just put pressure on ourselves every year. And, at some point, we just got to break down that barrier. And I guess it was 05 they went and then lost to Ravenwood, and then 20 lost to Summit. But at some point, we got to get there first, and then just try to find a way to play those 48 minutes and get one. So,
Coach, we're closing out your section of the show here. Anything you'd like to say? I see the booster people are here, and Chris obviously put this event on. Anything you'd like to say before we close out your segment?
No, we're just, like I said, I just want to thank everyone for the support. I know. We just want people to know these kids have invested a lot into our program. We try to hold them accountable. Our varsity roster is probably not as many players as we would like it to be, but we've also tried to, ensure that the players are coming into the weight room, ensure they're participating in practice, ensure they're committed to what we have as a program. We're excited about our freshman group. We have 35 freshmen, which is a big class. And we have a lot of freshmen in the high school. I think administration said there's like 454 freshmen.
Wow.
So they're just all over the school building right now. But we just want to, like I said, we want, obviously, and we know obviously that everybody's going to support the kids and everything. But, we just thank everybody for their support as far as showing up and watching them play. Because in this day and age, going out and sitting in the sun in August or September, watching high school football, for someone who's not, like a direct parent or relative, but, like we know when we play Carnes out there for the home opener, there's going to be a ton of people out there. And we just appreciate that means something to this community. And, that it means something where I grew up, and obviously it means something here. And to me, it's fun to coach in those places where it means something, when you're walking the steps at halftime and everybody's yelling at you about play calling and stuff, you know you're in a football place then, David. You know, it's some places you go at halftime, everybody's just kind of sitting around, you know, trying to find a hot dog or hamburger, and then, you know, here it's like, you know, why are you doing this or why are you doing that? And that's when you know, like, you're in a football place. When people have watched good enough football around here for years. They know what good football and bad football looks like. So, but that's fun. To me, that's the fun part of it. I mean, you know, I've been called every name of the book, but you know, we just appreciate everybody for supporting the kids.
Coach, I have one more question about you're a newlywed. You just got married last year. What does your wife think about when she hears people yelling things like that? It happens to every coach. What does she think about that?
It is hilarious. I mean, but it's just.
She probably does it at home sometimes.
Oh yeah, she does it at home. You know, it's funny too, because I was telling her, I said, when you sit in the stands, you know, you just got to understand that people are going to get into this thing. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know, you're obviously you know, for me, having a lot of success as a coach, you know, when you have success and you're winning games and stuff, people kind of get into it and get excited about it. So I just said, you know, you just got to understand that they're going to say stuff, and that's part of it, and you just can't, you know, let it affect you or anything. But she'll come home and tell me some stories, but she laughs about it. So I think she kind of gets excited about it, and then sometimes she'll chime in, you know, you should have done this or should have done that, or what was going on down there and stuff. So, but it's all good. I mean, it's part of it, you know.
Coach, I appreciate your time and coming out to the class of 1989 pavilion here at Blankenship Field. Going to take one break. I'm going to bring Chris on and talk about some things going on. Your segment is done. You've done an excellent job. This is our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on Oak Ridge Schools, channel 1082. We'll be back to wrap it up with Chris in a moment.
Wow, I am not as fast as 7 when it comes to running, that is, but I'm pretty quick at selling your home. Hi, I'm Karen George of Walton George Realty Group, right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. But I buy and sell all over the Tennessee area. Give my office a call and we can help you as quickly as 7 can run.
Welcome back to our show on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. I'm joined by Chris Colwyn. I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you were the president of the class of 1989 at Oak Ridge High School, and you were obviously a big supporter of the Wildcats. And first I want to talk about this facility that we've done this first show in. It's on the back here is the listing of all your classmates of the class of 1989. Talk about this and what caused you and made you want to do this.
Well, sure, David. I've been coming up here for years, and it was Lawrence Hahn, James Powers, and Doug Hammett, Doug Frills, Jim Norman, great folks, and they enjoyed tailgating up here. And so a lot of them would bring their RVs up here, and I just wanted to take it to another level and put up a pavilion and make it more of a community event, and have some entertainers up here, live bands and that type of thing, and keep on expanding it. And I've always kid around with Coach Rang. I said, really, I want to put a better product on the outside than he ever will on the inside, but I always kid about him with that. But we want to have a lot of fun with it. And
well, I want to talk about this event today, and we appreciate you and the class of 89 for providing the facility, and you also fed the Wildcat team, the cheerleaders, the dance cats, and we appreciate that, and thank you very much. Well, you mentioned just a second ago about some bands, and I know I printed it out for you, but you've got 3 dates this season, specific dates where you're going to be hosting events up here.
that is correct. We got 3 events. Friday night, starting September 13th, our first home game against Carnes. One of my classmates, Stefan Scapatizzi, that a lot of people know probably, was an outside linebacker, was a teacher at Jefferson Junior High School.
Used to coach at Jefferson as
He
well.
coached at Jefferson, real fine football player, great friend. His band, Hillbilly Jedi, will be here September 13th against the Carnes game. And so I know a lot of my classmates will be here too, joining the party, and then eventually go to the game. And that's what everybody in this community should do to bring this town back.
I know you have other events too. I think the Clinton game, the homecoming game.
Yes, the Clinton game. I know there's some other class of 1986. So we'll be having a little mini reunion type thing for that event. We have a great entertainer, Court Carpenter. If you've ever been to the Nashville scene, go to the Chief's new bar and restaurant. That's how we connected a little bit, and asked him if he would come to Blankenship Field. He's never heard of the Atomic City, but he promised me he would blow it up for us when he got here and entertain with us.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you joining us here, and I appreciate you inviting us to this event. There's a lot of people here. I know a lot of food got eaten. Coach Rang and I had a good time talking about the football. And that's what it's all about, the football season. We're taping this. The game is Friday. It's up at Jefferson County. 7 o'clock will be the kickoff time. Thank you once again.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for having me up here.
Chris Corwin, he is the class president of the class of 1989 Oak Ridge High School. This has been our first televised show of the 2024 season. Next week we'll be at the Pizza Inn with our regular time beginning at 7 o'clock. Appreciate Mark and Shauna Hayes along with Alex Myers for doing our technical work today. It's Oak Ridge in Jefferson County this Friday night. We'll hope you'll join us. For everybody that I've spoken to, including the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Derek Rang, this is David Clary saying, so long, everybody.
Hello, my name is Nate Stevens. I am 6'1", 250, and I'm a junior. And middle school I went to was Robertsville.
Hello, my name is Brennan Nipp. I'm 5'10". I weigh 165. I'm a junior. I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Jarrell Jemison. My height is 5'11". My weight 150. Class junior. Middle school JMS. You know this.
Hello, my name is Jaden Early. I'm 5'10", 193. I'm a junior, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Hudson Lee. I'm 6'1.5". I weigh 302, and I'm a senior, and I'm from Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Cooper Getzinger. I am 6'6", 250. I'm a senior, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Dominic Fields. I'm 5'7". I weigh like 195. I'm going into senior year, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hi, my name is Rush Douglas. I am 6'1", and I'm 185. I'm a senior, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Braden Sharp. I'm 6 foot 160. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Amonte Bishop. I'm 6'2", 175, class of 2026, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
My name is Frankie Oteza. I am 5'8". I weigh 208 pounds. I am a senior, and I went to Oliver Springs Middle School.
My name's Andy Hudson. I'm 5'11". I weigh 154. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
My name Tori Holt. My height 5'9", 244. Class, I'm a junior. At middle school, I went to Jefferson Middle School.
My name is Adam Washington. I'm 6 foot, 175. Class of 2026, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
My name is Anthony Nevis. I'm 5'6", 140. I'm a freshman, and I went to Robertsville.
My name's Caden Shipman. I'm 5'10", 207. I'm a freshman, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
I'm Kipton Fagan. I'm 5'10", 145. I'm a freshman in high school, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
My name's Parker Free, 5'9", 180. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
My name is Morion Willis, 5'10", 160. I'm a freshman and came from Robertsville Middle School.
My name is Jeremiah Strickland, 6'3", 297. Class of 2027, I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Brandon Mahoney, 5'7", 140. Class of 2028, freshman, Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Kimani Patterson. My height is 5'7". My weight is 130. I'm a freshman, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Nadine. I'm 6'2", 175. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Blake Woody. I'm 5'10", 157 pounds. I'm a sophomore, and I went to Holy Family Catholic Academy Middle School.
Hello, my name is Tajay Walter Jr. My height is 6'1", weight 285. Class, I'm a junior. I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Gage Pellegrin. I'm 5'8", I weigh 200 pounds. I'm a freshman, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Jackson. I'm 5'7", 185. I'm a freshman. I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Cameron King. My height is 5'9". I weigh 160. I'm a freshman, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Richie Ferreira. Height 6 foot, weight 185. Class, I'm a senior. And my middle school, O'Hara Park Middle School, Oakland, California.
My name is Isaac Nadine. I'm 6 foot, 200 pounds. I'm a class of 2026 junior, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
My name is Anthony Ferreira. I'm about 5'8", like 160. I'm a class of 2028, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
Hello, my name is Caden Turner. I'm 5'4", I weigh 115. I'm a freshman, and I went to Robertsville Middle School.
My name is Zymarian Carroll. I'm 5'8", I weigh 225. I'm a freshman, and I came from Jefferson.
My name is Ethan Eubanks. I am 6'6", 255. I'm a senior, and I went to Jefferson Middle School.
Hello, my name is Trenton Hibben. I'm 6'2", I weigh 210 pounds. I'm a senior, and I'm with Jefferson Middle School.
Down the middle, there's the man. Boom! Over the leg. And there is the score. Fullback, up the middle he goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, Scott Fisher 45, 50, 45, 40, Fisher 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, Scott Fisher has just gone 98 yards for an Oak Ridge touchdown. Time, I can't deal it, so unfair, and it feels like heaven so far away. 3rd and 6. Here comes Oak Ridge. It's almost a sack. A screen pass intercepted by Warrendine. To the 30, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20. Michael Warrendine down to the 15-yard line. Porter under center from the 4. He rolls to his right. Backside pressure. Passes complete. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Booker scores. Booker scores. Booker scores. 12 seconds to play. Pandemonium reigns at Blankenship Field. Hall to the far left. Sorrowful pass. Pumps once. Here's the pass complete to Rock Harden. Rock Harden 45 to the 40 to the 35. And he waits. There he goes. There he goes. Touchdown Oak Ridge. The Wildcats score. Rock Harden. Rock Harden takes it down the field. Caldwell the tailback, Woods the pass. Fires it, pass, batted away, intercepted by Oak Ridge. Wildcats Connor Goldmeyer at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, down the field, 45, 40, 35, 30, down the field, Connor Goldmeyer to the 20, to the 15. We might have a new record, a new record. Let's see what Brian does. He's going to pass. Setting up a little pass. Boom! Big stick! What a shot by Matt Smith. He blasted that guy. Oh! Handoff goes up the middle, Irvin to the 40, breaks it down the right side, 45 to the 40, to the 45 to the 50, to the 45 to the 40, to the 35 to the 40, to the 15, the 10, high, touchdown, Oak Ridge. Jamie Woodman, you've got away, 14-7 Oak Ridge, and Minor will roll to his right. Has some time. Down the field it goes to Sean Williams, complete 40, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, 25, 15, 10, touchdown, no flags down, Sean Williams scores.
Booker at the 5 on the return to the 10, to the 15, Booker at the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, Corey Booker with a kicker to beat, makes a move on him and blows him away, he'll take it home, baby, Corey Booker, 5, touchdown Oak Ridge.
5-yard line. Here comes Adrian handing it off to Booker. Booker breaks free at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, 25, 30, 25, 40, Corey Booker 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. The freshman has just gone 95 yards. Touchdown Oak Ridge. Corey Booker has gone 95 yards for the Oak Ridge touchdown. Under center, rolling to his left, looking, firing, there's an air, 2 points in the Wildcats win! Jacob Snyder makes the catch! It's pandemonium on Blankenship Field! Adrian Porter connects with his tight end, Jacob Snyder, into the Oak Ridge fans. And Jerry Colfer will pitch to Summers, and he wants to throw. He looks long, the man is there, the pass is quick, touchdown, Mike Underwood! Underwood on the reception on the halfback pass from Sean Summers, and Oak Ridge our score. Wildcats trail. Warning. Draws back the pass. Has some time. Pass is complete, and it's going to be a touchdown to David Brown as nobody, baby, was on him. Oak Ridge going for 2, and Colquitt will roll to the right, gives it off the white. He looks to the end zone. 2 points, baby. Oak Ridge has won this ball game from Blankenship Field, the greatest opening victory we've seen in some time. Five men on the line for the Wildcats. Robbie Knight hands it off to Ogletree. Blasted in the backfield. Loses 5 yards. Wildcats come in strong, and they drop him for a big loss. Greg Central going to the extra point with Greg Johnson. The hold will be Billy King. 42-41. Oak Ridge on top of Central, and let's see what the Wildcats can do with the kick. Here's a low snap. Here's the kick. It's a block. Oak Ridge is headed to a state championship ball game at Vanderbilt on a block extra point. 42-41. And Oak Ridge, pandemonium reigns on the field. The Wildcats are headed to Vanderbilt. A block extra point. Oak Ridge celebrating pandemonium. Fans on the field. The block kick and Central season will end on their home field. And Oak Ridge will go to Vanderbilt.